Hello and welcome to Prepspot. In this video we are going to know about one of India's most enduring internal security challenges, Naxalism, also known as left-wing extremism, LWE, and the government's ambitious plan to eradicate it by March 2026. This topic is highly relevant for competitive exam aspirants in 2025, as it encapsulates a complex mix of historical context, political strategy, socio-economic issues, and technical counterinsurgency measures. Over the past several decades, Naxalism has posed a persistent challenge to India's internal security, and recent developments, including successful security operations and a significant decline in affected districts, have led Union Home Minister Amit Shah to announce a target date of 31st March 2026 to end this insurgency once and for all. To understand why this issue is in the news, it is important to look at the recent statements and operations that have brought renewed attention to the Naxal problem. In February 2025, security forces conducted a major operation in Bijapur, Chhattisgarh, where 31 Naxalites were killed, large quantities of arms and explosives were recovered, and the operation significantly disrupted insurgent activities in the area. This was one of many successful interventions since the BJP government took power in 2014 and began intensifying its efforts to tackle Naxalism. The government's decision to set a definitive deadline for eradication reflects both confidence in the progress made so far and a commitment to ensuring long-term national security. This announcement comes on the heels of a reported 53% decline in Maoist-related cases and a 70% drop in fatalities compared to the previous decade, underscoring the effectiveness of the multi-pronged strategy that has been implemented. The origins of Naxalism can be traced back to 1967 in Naxalbari, West Bengal, where a peasant revolt against landlords ignited the movement under the leadership of figures like Kanu Sanyal and Charu Majumdar. Inspired by Maoist ideology and the principles of the Chinese Cultural Revolution, the movement initially aimed to overthrow the existing social order and establish a communist state. Over time, however, the insurgency spread to less developed regions rich in minerals, areas like Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Bihar, and parts of Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. The movement has historically been driven by deep-rooted grievances, including issues of land rights, economic deprivation, and political marginalization, particularly among tribal communities. These grievances have led to a series of conflicts and uprisings over the decades, each adding layers to the complex mosaic of Naxalism as it exists today. It is essential to define some key terms here. Naxalism, as we understand it, refers to the Maoist insurgency that originated in Naxalbari, while the term left-wing extremism, LWE, is used by the Indian government to describe this phenomenon in a broader context. Maoist ideology, which forms the theoretical foundation of the movement, emphasizes peasant-led revolution and guerrilla warfare, often described as a people's war. The government's counter-strategy is built around what is known as a three-front strategy, which focuses on security operations, development initiatives, and surrender and rehabilitation programs. This comprehensive approach is designed to not only neutralize the insurgents through targeted military operations but also to address the socio-economic root causes that fuel the insurgency by improving infrastructure, education, and healthcare in affected areas. When we examine the current status of Naxalism, recent statistics paint a picture of a significant decline in activity. Official data indicate that the number of Naxal-affected districts has fallen from 126 in 2013 to just 38 in 2024. In Chhattisgarh, a state that has been one of the hardest hit by Naxal violence, only 2 districts remain under active Naxal influence as of December 2024. Moreover, from 2014 to 2024, there has been a marked reduction in both the number of cases and casualties. In 2024 alone, the state recorded 219 Maoists neutralized, 559 arrests, and 540 surrenders, with 46 new security force camps established since late 2023. These figures, along with the success of high-profile operations like the Bijapur encounter in February 2025, bolster the government's confidence that the eradication target by March 2026 is achievable. Let's delve into the government's strategy in more detail. The approach to eradicating Naxalism is multifaceted. On the security front, the government has intensified police and paramilitary operations, deploying specialized forces such as the CRPF's Cobra Battalion and state-specific units like the District Reserve Guard, DRG, in Chhattisgarh. These forces are now supported by advanced technology, including drones and sophisticated surveillance systems, to track and target insurgent hideouts in the dense, forested, and hilly terrains of the Red Corridor. Alongside these military efforts, the government is pursuing extensive development initiatives aimed at improving the quality of life in affected regions. Infrastructure projects, such as the construction of roads, schools, hospitals, and mobile towers, are being rolled out to address chronic issues like poverty, low literacy, and poor healthcare, which have long contributed to the insurgency. Additionally, the government has implemented surrender and rehabilitation programs that offer financial incentives and support to insurgents willing to lay down their arms, with cash rewards reaching up to 5 lakh rupees. These measures not only facilitate the disarmament of militants but also help reintegrate former fighters into society by providing them with education and vocational training. Intelligence and coordination have also been critical to this strategy. Enhanced interstate and central state coordination has led to regular review meetings, such as one held in Raipur in August 2024, to ensure that efforts against Naxalism are synchronized and effective. This coordination extends to the use of intelligence sharing among security agencies, ensuring that real-time data is available to preempt insurgent actions. The integrated approach of combining hard power with developmental strategies embodies what many experts refer to as cooperative federalism, a model that emphasizes the need for all levels of government to work together in addressing complex internal security challenges. The historical context of Naxalism is indispensable for understanding the current scenario. Since its inception in 1967, the movement has evolved through several distinct phases, each marked by periods of intense violence and temporary reprieves. The first significant conflict in 1948, when the princely state of Kalat was annexed by Pakistan, set the stage for later grievances. Subsequent uprisings in 1958 to 59 and the guerrilla warfare led by figures like Sher Muhammad Marri in the 1960s and 1970s further entrenched the struggle for self-determination in the region. The more recent phase, starting from 2004, has seen the resurgence of Naxal activities, with the insurgency taking root in remote and resource-rich areas. However, under the current government's vigilant measures, this insurgency has gradually been contained, and the situation in many states is now stabilizing. From a technical perspective, understanding the operational tactics of Naxalites is key. These groups typically engage in guerrilla warfare, ambushes, the use of improvised explosive devices, IEDs, and targeted assassinations, often taking advantage of the challenging terrain in which they operate. This terrain, characterized by dense forests, hilly landscapes, and rugged terrains, has historically provided the insurgents with both cover and mobility. However, advancements in technology, particularly in aerial surveillance and the use of drones, have significantly reduced these advantages, enabling security forces to conduct more effective counterinsurgency operations. The Indian government's goal of eradicating Naxalism by 31 March 2026 is supported by both qualitative and quantitative evidence. Historical data shows that nearly 17,000 people, including Maoists, security personnel, and civilians, have lost their lives in Naxal-related incidents since the 1980s. Yet, the sharp decline in both cases and casualties over the past decade is a positive indicator. The reduction in the number of affected districts, from 126 in 2013 to 38 in 2024, demonstrates the tangible impact of government initiatives. This downward trend, combined with targeted operations that have neutralized hundreds of insurgents and the successful implementation of surrender policies, creates a strong argument for the feasibility of the government's deadline. For competitive exam aspirants, it is critical to grasp not only the operational details but also the broader strategic implications. The eradication of Naxalism would not only mean the restoration of law and order in the affected regions but would also pave the way for improved economic development, better governance, and enhanced integration of marginalized communities into mainstream society. It represents a significant step forward in addressing internal security challenges and in promoting inclusive growth, a theme that is increasingly important in discussions of national policy. On a more analytical level, the government's strategy can be seen as an exemplar of modern counterinsurgency, where military operations are complemented by socio-economic development initiatives. This balanced approach is vital because the roots of Naxalism lie in long-standing issues of poverty, inequality, and disenfranchisement. By addressing these underlying causes through targeted development projects and rehabilitation programs, the government aims to create an environment where extremist ideologies lose their appeal. The success of such a strategy relies heavily on the effective coordination between various state agencies, robust intelligence operations, and sustained political commitment at the highest levels of government. In conclusion, the Indian government's anticipation of eradicating Naxalism by March 2026 is a bold and ambitious objective that reflects years of hard work and significant progress. While challenges remain, particularly in addressing the deep-rooted socio-economic issues that have fueled the insurgency, the substantial decline in Naxal activity, combined with intensified security operations and comprehensive development initiatives, offers a promising outlook for the future. For those of you preparing for competitive exams, understanding this multifaceted strategy is crucial, as it provides insights into not only internal security policies but also the broader dynamics of governance, regional development, and conflict resolution in India. As we continue to monitor the progress of these initiatives, it will be interesting to see how the interplay of military action, economic development, and political reforms shapes the future of this long-standing issue. Answer this question in comments. The correct answer will be given heart and pinned. Lastly, we just want to let you know that we are a newly emerging online platform for competitive exams. Creating educational explainer videos like these requires a lot of effort, money, and time. If you like these videos and want us to excel and create videos in all categories of competitive exams, then you can consider supporting us with a one-time donation through the Ko-fi platform and also by becoming a member through Patreon. This will help us create more such informative educational videos in the competitive exams space. So, one last time, subscribe and share this channel with all your friends who are preparing for competitive exams. And also, follow us on social media platforms. The links are given in the About section of the channel and also in the video description. So, see you in the next video.